Whether you make it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, this Khachapuri is going to be one of the greatest things you eat this month. The Republic of Georgia, situated somewhere in and around Russia, Azerbaijan, and Turkey, is that right?
Yes.
It's in that vicinity, makes this, and I don't actually know if it's a breakfast thing. There's an egg involved in cheese, so my mind immediately says breakfast, but really I think it could be any time. It's a simple, a sort of piece of the 1, 2, 3 cheeses. Let me think, hold on. There's like 6 ingredients in this. You saw the picture. Imagine like a pizza dough canoe stuffed with cheese. But the best part is the egg at the end, and it mixes, and it's just, I made it as a test yesterday. Yesterday? Yesterday. Why am I asking him? Oh, I sent him a picture in the video. Look, here's a little video of me. Max, go set up the camera. So I set up the camera, and there I am making it. Had never made it before. It's really simple, and it is truly one of the, when you get that dough, when you're finished and you dip it into the egg and the melty cheese, that shot that you just saw, we're gonna recreate for you live. And these boys are gonna lose their shit. And don't freak out. Uh-oh, raw egg, I'm gonna die. You're not gonna die. Nobody's dying. We're not gonna let that happen here. It cooks, it's all delicious. So there's pizza dough as part of this. We've shown you how to make your own. But here's the thing. I'm gonna use a bag one, readily available at pretty much any supermarket. And it lets you go from 0 to that gorgeousness in under a half an hour. How do you not like that? Seriously, how do you not like that?
You can't.
Thank you. Thank you, boys. Wake up, boys. We start by making this cheese blend, then we do the dough thing, then we bake it, and then we out. Fat, happy, and out. All right, we're using 3 cheeses. The first one is gonna be 1 1/4 cups of shredded mozzarella. Look, you literally could just stop here and use this. You could almost use any combination that makes you feel good. I'm gonna go with that. 3 tablespoons of feta that we want to break up very well. And this will help give just a little bit of sort of tang to this whole thing. I just love this. I love feta. Just wait till you see this whole thing come together. It's great. Next and last will be 1/4 cup of ricotta cheese. I used goat cheese for the one I practiced on yesterday along with the feta, and honestly I thought it was just a little too tangy. So this will just mix. Could use my hands here, Max, if you want me to. So this ricotta is gonna add some beautiful richness, less tang, and I think will be a great combination. The traditional cheese for Khachapuri is farmer's cheese. Anybody know what that is?
Not a clue.
No, nobody knows. You could ask 1,000 people and 3 might know, and I'd guess they all were from Georgia. Okay, you got this set. We put this aside and we deal with our dough. 1 ball of dough, 1 pound. We're not gonna use it all, but I'll show you. Here's the thing with pizza dough. It's fantastic. But when it's cold, it's really tight. The glutens are like really super tight elastic bands. You stretch it and it snaps right back. You need to take it out of the fridge. I'd say at least an hour before you want to use it. And then you do this. Get this out of the bag. Little flour first. Always have a little flour at the ready when you're dealing with this stuff. But I love the yeasty smell. And 5 hours later, we were done. A little bit more flour here to deal with. But this is 16 ounces, and I want 12. So if I roughly figure this out, half, there you go. And I'll show you what to do with this little extra piece later. But for now, we need to deal with this and make it into a bit of a rectangle. So the easiest way is to do this on some parchment, because then you can put it on your pan. So here we go, more flour. Do this. So I'm gonna go a rectangle about, I don't know, I'll tell you when I get there. Little bits of flour is gonna make life easier for you. Keep it from sticking, and if you want, you can pick it up and let the weight of the dough stretch it down. Look, I'm never an expert with this stuff. I get pissed off at it, but I made this yesterday, and if I made this yesterday, you can make this. Just not yesterday, because that's over now. If this is an 8-inch blade, you're gonna want this about 10, 11 inches as a rectangle-ish. You want your dough maybe 1/4 inch thick across the bottom. And when I say rectangle, I'm not saying hard sides or anything. I'm just saying generally your basic everyday rectangle shape. Okay, we're doing fine. Don't let it bother you too much. I'm okay with this. I'm gonna take this side now and start to roll an edge like this. It's gonna be like an edge on a pizza. It's gonna hold all our cheese and stuff in. And as you get towards these ends, you start to come down to a bit of a semicircle shape. Cool?
Cool.
Thank you. Chance is awake. Max is concentrating. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Or that's what you're saying? Same thing. You can see, not complicated, right? This is child's play, basically. Look at, it's basically there. You're making this canoe shape. So just take your time, work it a little bit. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit more, you can do that. I think this will feed 2 people really beautifully. It's super rich. And I ate, honestly, way more of it yesterday than I actually should have. I was so full when I was done, but I just loved it and I honestly could not stop. Okay, so here you go. Now I like to take a spoon. Probably not necessary, but I just like to make these edges a little bit more pronounced for me. That's just what I like. And oh, by the way, listen to me. Mr. Khachapuri, I've made 1 in my entire life.
I like to have these edges more pronounced.
Well, I did this.
My Khachapuri has more pronounced edges.
Shut up. I'm cool with this. Now our cheese. Now you're gonna think it's an awful lot of cheese, and it is, but wait till it starts to melt. The outside raises up. You can mound the cheese and you'll be fine. I really don't want it on the edges. I mean, a little bit's okay, but that's my analness coming out, so. All right, is this pretty even?
Yeah.
Let me wash my hands. So when you're cleaned up, most of the cheese is inside, not outside. Get yourself a baking sheet like this. Lift up your Khachapuri, and on it goes. This gorgeous canoe-shaped cheese amazingness. All right, you're ready to bake. My oven is set to 450 degrees. This will go in, and in 15 minutes, we do 2 things to it. But you're gonna be right here for it. So let me put this in the oven, then I'm gonna show you what to do with that little extra piece of pizza dough. Whenever people come up to me and we start talking about food and cooking on YouTube and stuff like that, I always say, do you cook? And a lot of times they go, yes, we do cook. And a lot of the times they go, no, we don't cook at all. We just like to watch. And I get that. I don't expect people are gonna make everything we make, but when you don't cook, what do? Fast food and frozen food, double and. Let me tell you about HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Look, it's so simple. You place an order, the stuff comes. But what's really good about it, in addition to how delicious all the meals are, is how simple it is. Everything comes pre-measured, ready to go. Little packets. You need this? You don't have to go find it. It's in the box. You get recipe cards that look like this, step by step instructions. This is the saucy pork burrito bowls. Look, prep time 10 minutes, cook time 25 minutes. You prep for 10 minutes, you sit back for 25, and then you get this. Look, I made it myself. It looks just like the picture. There's barbecue bundles, there's surf and turf options, there's a perfect summertime desserts, everything that you want without the work or the headache. And with 50 menu and market items available each week, think of the time you're saving by not going to the supermarket, by not pushing that cart around all the obnoxious people in there shoving and yelling. So do this, go to HelloFresh.com and use my code STCG14 to get 14 free meals and free shipping. HelloFresh.com, use my code STCG14, start eating without all the pain. Okay, so here's this little extra piece of dough that I've just roughly flattened out. I'm gonna put it right on the flat top. It's about medium heat right now. I don't want it too hot because you'll just burn the outside and nothing will happen on the inside. People don't generally think about cooking pizza dough on something flat like this. You always think you need to do it in an oven. You can do it on here. So all we're gonna do is just let it start to get a little bit brown. You can see it's starting a bit, but that's why you don't want it too hot, because you don't want to burn it up. So just let it do its thing. This is like a little snack to have while you're waiting.
You know what? We should let it do its thing.
Yeah.
We should think about some other lines for that, because you say it quite a lot and I find myself cutting them out.
Oh, but that's what I say. It's
But
like cutting out my hellos.
You could just say, all right, let's let this guy get crispy.
All right, let's
browned
let
up."
this guy get crispy, browned up. See how we look? You can see it's getting there. And this is now puffing up a little bit. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so you can see it's ready. Now we give it a flip. This may be unnecessary, but I'll give it just a little brushing with some butter. Now I had a tiny bit of cheese left from the Khachapuri that I didn't use at all. So let's put it on here, some of it. I've got some dried rosemary. You're basically making like a little baby cheese bread. If you wanted that to be garlic butter, that could be garlic butter. It's all good. Now just let it sit and finish. And if you want, while it's doing that, we'll throw a lid on, let the cheese melt. Bob's your uncle. And if you find it's not quite melted the way you want, and it's definitely melting, you can see it. Oh, it's great. You could give it one of these. Let it steam a bit. Beautiful. Imagine you're doing this in a pan with a lid as opposed to outside on a flat top. And then look at, this is what you've got. Beautiful cheese. What was that, like 4 minutes? Who wants a bite?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's nice. Look, it's just this perfect little, easy, quick. Look at the dough's done. Here, Maxie, Chancey, everybody have one. All steaming. 1, 2, 3. Great. Tiny hint of rosemary.
So soft and cheesy.
Honestly, it's really fantastic. It's perfect.
It's like the best breadstick ever.
It's like the best breadstick ever. Look, don't think that you have to cook pizza dough the traditional way.
Fuck you people who think you have to cook pizza dough the traditional way.
All right, I'm almost ready for step 2 of the Khachapuri. Damn it, this is so good. Be back in seconds.
Just take this right here.
Hey, and here we are. Okay,
Damn.
by my own admission, maybe a little too much cheese in this, but I've seen them, I've had them when the level of the cheese in this canoe is, like, it only comes halfway up this wall and that blows. So our next step is very simple. It's one thing. We drop our spoon. We make a minor indentation. Oh, do you have any idea what's gonna happen here when we get to eat this baby? Little indentation. I have an egg yolk, a single egg yolk. Not a whole egg, single egg yolk. It's all beautiful. Now I'm gonna take some softened butter and just brush the outside. As we like to say here, just gonna put a little butter around the outside, around the outside. That'll help golden it up a bit. Perfecto. Sí. Es muy bonita. Probably not how they speak in Georgia, but all right, 3 minutes and I'm back. And look at this guy. Get a load of this guy. So let's take him off. Ow. It's beautiful. Look at that yolk. See that? That's what you want. And now you take your little thing of butter. You go like that. Just get in there, baby. It's beautiful. The butter starts to melt. Last but not least, just a little, some chives because it's gorgeous and it's green and I must have it, I must have it, I must have it. And with the butter melting here and the yolk here, watch how we do this. Oh my God. Now the yolk cooks in this nonsense. This is what this is all about. The Georgians are genius. So now, you really want to have some fun, boys? Now we come in here where it's hot AF and we just get a piece. And then with this beautiful dough, we go like this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. That's gonna make an amazing bite. Look. If that little bit of extra dough on the flat top with cheese was good, this with the butter and the egg mixed into this like most gorgeous cheesy, eggy, buttery fondue ever. It's so luxurious. For sure, 2 people have to eat this. It's too much for one. It's too much. Don't even think about it. I gotta end this really fast. The boys have to eat it while it's hot. Oh, by the way, it holds its temp for quite some time. I want to say thank you for hanging out with us. Anything else? Hit the subscribe button.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. We love you. Don't eat shitty food. Please. Just right now. Hand up, Sam. I swear, I promise, I will stop eating shitty food right now. There you go. Holy shit, this is insane. Like this, like this, like this.
All right, now it's our turn.
Okay. And this can only mean one thing. It's garlic press time. Shit. One dropped. I guess that's the one. And this will be number 3 of 20.
Score.
Why do I hold it up? Like,
No, it's good. I like it.
no, but it's like people won't believe me if I say 3. And this is going to Brian Akers. By the way, Brian, the spelling of the name? B-R-I-E-N?
Brian.
Do we still give it to him?
No, change it.
Okay, you can have it. Brian writes, finally, garlic press giveaway. I sure hope I get one. Since you bought the world's reserve of them, I can't press my garlic, so I just feed my family cold cereal for dinner. Just kidding. Hey, thanks, Brian, with an E. Didn't know that was even an option. Reach out to us, info@thecookingguy.com. We'll prove you are you with the E, and then we'll get number 3 to you. It's a good number.